Welcome back, everyone, to our love nest. For those of you that have been recently drawn to this love frequency, I'll be channeling a message that's intended to resonate in divine timing. All right. So if you are at a different frequency or at a different vibration, you are welcome to browse through all of the love nest messages that have been already channeled on this playlist. As there may be other messages that call out to you because these messages are timeless. Today I have a specific download. It feels very specific. So I'm going to make a lot of confirmations that came through this download that I felt personally drawn to speak about. I'm going to mention those confirmations so you can discern and decipher for yourself if in fact this particular channel message is for you or intended for you. It's going to be intended for everyone, but the way spirit revealed it to me was shifts. There's shifts, there's waves, there's droves as well. So in closing the portal behind you that we spoke about in the previous channel message, this particular shift created a complete severing. So two paths have been split, doors have been closed, and where we currently are right now is the 5D. Okay. There are some 4D energies that are still ascending, okay, or completing the ascension. But ultimately, majority of those of you that are drawn or that are already tapped into this channel, you know what I'm talking about. You would probably be feeling it yourself in so many different ways. So today's channel message is really just a confirmation, an introductory welcome again. Welcome to another phase. Welcome to another chapter of today's message. Okay, so we're pretty much, let me see, where are we exactly? Yes, the download. So Taurus, your energy in itself is no longer just a zodiac sign. It's no longer just Venusian energy. There has been something cosmic that has transpired. And a part of that cosmic shift, we spoke a lot about, we went on this journey, right? Let me just backtrack a little bit. We went on this journey of the ego deaths, right? Everybody has been going through stages and phases of ego death. And a part of that ego death has been reconciling with division, reconciling with identity, reconciling with, expectations, belief systems, traditions. All those different things have prepared us for this great shift. Excuse me. So a part of this great shift has been realizing, okay, or being able to experience that Taurus energy, not just no longer as what you identify as or a zodiac sign that you represent, but more or less having it inside of you, embodying it, existing inside of it. It's inside of you now. And when it's inside of you, you are the mainframe operating from that love frequency. You are now online. Okay. So you are an online active alignment, active frequency. And so you are holding that space. You are anchoring it every single day from this day forward. You are the experience of what love is, of what unconditional love is. And so there are times where you go through experiences and challenges of everyday life experiences may want to knock you out of that frequency, or may want to have you back in your ego and back into your identity issues and your expectations, and have you try to reconcile with those things that you've already conquered, those lessons that you've already grown from. So my role as a facilitator of love, as a facilitator of this frequency, anchoring this frequency, is to give you the daily unity guidance, the daily unity love, the daily unity. So everything now has become unified in regards to how we interact on this frequency. So there are roles that are being assigned. There are topics, okay, matters. There are so many different things geared towards humanity and facilitating humanity at this time that are all being laid out for many leaders, many influencers. And so it's definitely, how do I say this? It's definitely a call, okay? That if you're able to receive it, if you're on that frequency, you're able to receive it. It's not one that you have to call up someone else to find out if it's really about you. You'll just know it. It'll come from your soul. You'll receive that download. You'll receive that activation, and you'll just start moving in agreement with that new, what's been anchored, what's been activated or grown inside of you. So I just wanted to give a little back up a little bit, because like I said, Taurus energy is no longer just the way we interact with Taurus energy is no longer just a zodiac sign. And if you are still resonating with Taurus energy as just a zodiac sign, I definitely encourage you to go back to 2022 and start from the very beginning. Every downloaded message from then till now are references, life experiences, challenges, and things that you can personally refer to help you develop and help you work on different challenges. The answers and the keys are all there. You just have to apply yourself. So in this season of life, this season of our journey, it is the application of what it means to embody the Taurus energy, the application of that love frequency. So now Taurus is now a verb. Taurus is now an action word. And in order to make that word an action word, it has to be a part of your mainframe. And so that's the frequency that we're on. And that's where we're at, right? So the download that I got is for those of you that are about to meet the director. Okay, you're about to meet the director, the creator of institutions, the creators of traditions, the creators of a lot of the Hierophant, okay? Pass down knowledge, pass down wisdom, pass down knowledge, tradition, education, belief systems, values, all those different things that we love about the Hierophant energy is pretty much the source that you're about to meet, all right? And when I say source, I'm not referring to just the collective consciousness source, okay, that was created as an interaction. What I'm speaking about is the creator of the consciousness itself. That's the best way that I could describe it. So I'm being told to tell you to make sure that you bring pen and pencil. I don't know where you're going, but yes, you will be meeting the corrector. Maybe the corrector, maybe I'm saying it right. The creator in the flesh. Okay, you will be discussing many topics. You will receive many synchronizations, synchronicities. You're also going to receive activations and downloads. So you are being encouraged to bring pencil and paper. Yes, the form, the voice, the body, the representation of that figure, of that energy will have different bodies, different faces, different expressions, different skin cones. It's cones. What in the world? Different skin tones, different heights, weight, shapes. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that yes, each of you will have an encounter, and experience the creator in the flesh. And for each of you, you all would describe that person to look a certain type of way. All right. I don't ask questions. I just deliver the message. That's the role that I'm facilitating at this present time. When it comes to the experience, each and every single one of you will have the same feeling. You'll have the same experience. It will be like a crazy phenomenon. Like you guys all will say the same thing, even though for Sally down the road, it probably was a woman. For Jimmy up the street, it probably was an elderly man. You get what I'm saying? But the importance of what I'm saying to you right now is that some way, somehow, each and every single one of you will have that same experience on the same day, at the same hour, under the same circumstances. And it's really, it's going to be like supernatural. It's going to be extremely supernatural. It's going to be like, wow. Like, wow. There's a specific enterprise. So let's get into, so that's the download for you guys, is that you are about to experience, or you're about to encounter the creator in the flesh at some type of meeting, at some type of event. It does feel like this is a one-on-one experience. All right. Aspects of the creator will look different for every single person, but you all will experience the same feeling, the same warmth, okay, from whoever you're having this meeting with in the 3D. Now, let's talk about this specific enterprise, okay? Because you've been given it doesn't feel like it's an idea. It's already something that you've started. So confirmations, if you started some type of, it could be a nonprofit organization for some of you. For others of you, you may have written down like the name, the mission statement, what you want it to be. I heard 5-finger discount. So it's like, this is something that you're keeping to yourself. You haven't told anyone because you don't want anyone, you don't want anyone to steal it from you. But this is like your gift back to the future. I'm also hearing something about the future is important. Like you wished, like I wish I could do this for the future. I wish I could do this for humanity. I wish I could fill in the blank. There's something that you wished for. I wish that there was a resource for this fill in the blank. I wish that there was a farm I could live on, fill in the blank. There's a reason why you're going to be on that farm. Confirmation. If you've ever felt like, it's like, even if you're on this farm, all of you play an important role. So everybody, don't get it twisted. Everybody on the farm has a role to play. Everyone, a part of this organization, will have a role to play. Every moving part of this equal whole will be one complete body. Okay, and you're gonna move in such a way where it's like you're one body, one mind, one soul. All right. So, especially if confirmations if you've been talking about, conversations with you and God have pretty much been like, I want to feed the homeless. I want to plant my own fruits and vegetables. I want to be able to teach other children this. I want to be able to have chickens, have goats. There's something about your desire to learn certain things is no coincidence. Your desire of wanting to provide certain resources is no coincidence. What spirit is confirming for me is you worrying about the money or how it's gonna happen. Don't even worry about all of that. There's another message here. Let's see. Hold on. So you're being called to build and focus all your willpower towards this enterprise, towards this foundation, towards whatever it is, fill in the blank, okay? You're also going to have to be, I feel like the creator is going to help you establish the new traditions, new institutes, new values, new belief systems, going to partake on exchange of knowledge, okay? Because your brain capacity to receive more information has expanded, and therefore you're ready to expand across new territory, okay? Excuse me. Your shadow work is also complete. What you need to know, you have completely integrated your shadow. All right, so a lot of confirmations for those of you that have been doing a lot of shadow work. And if you've been asking, is my shadow work done? Have I done all that there is that I need to do? I'm speaking to those of you that have had a lot of catalysts in your life, and the difference between a twin flame and a catalyst. A catalyst is someone that plays a role in your life that does great damage, but through that damage, it propels you forward. When you have gone through a lot of your spiritual development by way of a catalyst, when you finally meet your twin flame, a lot of those issues or lessons that you needed to learn, you would have experienced majority of those things with the catalyst. Okay. Matter of fact, let me write that down, because I just channeled that as we were talking. Okay. So not everyone on a twin flame journey has discovered their twin flame by way of a catalyst, or the catalyst, the epic catalyst, I would call it. So yes, the catalyst that that you experience just depends on how long you have been with that catalyst, or how long you interacted with that catalyst, and what all things were broken down. Some people have been fast tracked and on an accelerated rate towards that development and preparation by way of extreme trauma with the catalyst. So at this phase, if you are in alignment with what's about to come next, you won't necessarily be as triggered with your twin flame, okay? So let's say there are certain things about your twin flame that may remind you of a catalyst, and you're at that phase of your journey where you're unsure if the catalyst and the twin flame, or which one is who. You ever seen like that movie, or in the movies where they show you twins and you have two people saying, no, I'm your twin, and you have another person saying, no, I'm your twin, and you're standing there in the middle like, well, which one of you is it, because they seem so identical. How you're going to be able to discern and decipher between the two will be the way that you feel about the catalyst and the way that you feel about the twin. The twin is going to accept you as you are. This is the part of the hump on the roller coaster where it's like right before the fall, you're at the top and you know that you're about to fall on this ride. But before you fall, you've been at an incline all this time, and now you're about to fall. So before you fall, it's like this is the moment where you feel like you want to brace yourself, right? And so the catalyst is going to want to warn you. The catalyst is going to want to make you feel scared of the fall. But your true twin flame will not make you brace yourself for the fall. Your twin flame will pretty much accept and hold space for the fall. All right. And when I say the fall, I'm using the example of the roller coaster falling down. Okay. So the experience that you're going to have, the way that they respond is going to be different. Think of it like this. There was a Bible story, I think it was Solomon, King Solomon, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do not quote me. But I remember it because when I was a little girl, we did a little play. And in the play, one person was the real mother and the other person was the mother that had lost her child, but she was trying to take the other woman's child. And so they went before the judge, and the judge was like, you had two women pretty much saying that both of them were the mother of the child. And then you had the king that had to determine where the child would go. So in that scenario, he saw that they were fighting over the child. And so with all that chaos and commotion, it was hard to determine who was telling the truth and who was lying. So he pretty much said, okay, well, divide the child in half and y'all both can split the child. And the catalyst, I'm going to call her the catalyst, the woman that it wasn't her child, she was like, that's all right with me. I'll take whatever you give me. And so she was willing to take the child in half versus it being whole, just so she can have something. The other woman said, no, I would rather you keep the child. Let her keep the child, for she would rather the child be kept intact, the child be kept whole, than to divide the child and harm the child just so she can have her. That is the twin. That is the mother. You understand? The person that is for you will not want you in pieces or shambles just to have you. The person that is not for you will take you at whatever you are at, even if they have to split you up into three, even if they have to share you with someone else. They will take you as that. Because all they care about is, I just want something. I just need something from you. And so they can fill that void. Okay, so that's the example that I was given. So I hope that makes sense. So when you're standing in that moment where you have to be the judge and you have to discern the character of one person over the character over another, the person that's for you will rather you go where you're happy, right? They would rather let you go because they love you rather than to harbor you for themselves. That is the act of self-love. That is the act of unconditional love, right? Because there's no separation when you are in unity love. There is no in contact, no contact, in separation, no separation. You are always, they reside inside of you. The frequency is inside of you. The call is inside of you. The communication is inside of you. It's not external. So for those of you that resonate with that, you are you are being prepared to take on a mantle, an enterprise. There's some type of, you've done a lot of research, you've done a lot of shadow work, you've done a lot of self-growth, self-healing, and you're ready to integrate with your all of that information, and you're ready to integrate it in a way where you can give it to humanity. You can package it for humanity in a way where they'll be able to receive it. Important, yes. This is about you being able to package something for humanity in a way or a capacity that they're capable of receiving that which you have mastered, discovered, learned, etc., etc. Fill in the blank, okay? So, self-love. Yeah, there's something about your self-love journey and what you've learned thus far that is extremely valuable during this time. So there's a particular topic, there's a particular industry, there's a particular channel, all right, that isn't getting proper exposure. And your endorsement will put something into focus. So let's say, for example, you know how I was talking about twin flames, right? Something as small as that is not really small, because there are many, many people that are really unable to channel or hold space for that type of conversation without getting triggered, right? There are many people that struggle with being able to see the reflection up so closely without feeling like they're losing their mind, So there's something about your ability to receive a specific type of light or reflection of light and integrate it and then process it or channel it in a way that is very, very clear, very focused, and it's receivable. All right. And so your endorsement, you speaking on those things, you using your voice, your platforms, your spaces and places or whatever it is that you do to share how you were able to self-love, self-heal, and self-proclaim yourself as who you are today is really going to be, like, you're going to pretty much, it's like, I won't say like trailblazer because we already talked about that. This is like this is the enterprise that the creator wants you to go down. This is the avenue that the creator is saying, yeah, this is where I want you to do. I want you to talk about the things, do the things that no one is giving attention to. I want you to address there's a lack of publicity around certain things. And I want you to bring it into unity. I want you to bring those fragments that have been divided back into an infinite whole. And I feel like you're receiving these downloads, you're getting this information, and I could tell that you haven't quite asked, well, how am I supposed to do that yet? You're just listening, you're just receiving, and I feel like right now, your heart is not blocked. Okay, your heart is not closed, your heart is not blocked. You're in a new reality, space-time continuum. Like, you are like, you ain't even really here on earth, to be honest with you. Oh, okay. I promise y'all it sounds a whole lot worse than what it really is. This is all about being the best version of you. but more or less how you got to being the best version of you. Something about how you got there, how you and someone else got to this version of harmony, how you and someone else got to this version of doing the work and shadow work. Like, this is the first time. I don't know if you like the way the divine orchestrated this, the way the creator orchestrated this is it's like you must package this up. You must package this in a way where it's not just for you and your twin. You know what I'm saying? It has to be shared in such a way where other people can go into the shop and come out totally different. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm seeing here. It's like the divine brought you and your twin on their journey, and in such a way brought them together, but from a different perspective or a different angle. You know, like instead of you meeting that person face to face, you know, let me give you an example. Let's say you went to I don't know. Spirit, give me an example. Because I need you to feel me. Okay. Let's go higher. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the farm. Okay. Let's say that you had this overwhelming desire to live on a farm, right? And a part of you wanting to live on a farm meant that you had to leave the city behind. You had to take you yourself. You know nothing about a farm. You know nothing about managing livestock or growing anything. But you said, okay, I'm going to do it. So you pack whatever you have up, you leave, and you go to an area where there's land. Now, on this land, there's probably nothing there, right? Let's say you got there and you had everything from scratch to start off with. And every single day you woke up and you taught yourself little by little all that you needed to know. And every day you applied it. So you read something, you went and got it, applied it, and then every day you woke up. So now every day you wake up, what matters is tending to this farm, right? Over time, tending to this farm, teaching yourself how to tend to this farm and how to maintain this farm now becomes your purpose. Never deciding for it to be your purpose initially. However, what brought you there was just a niggle or an overwhelming desire to go to a farm or to be on a farm. Now, you're at a phase in your life. All right, I'm back. And so now you're at a phase where you done crossed the threshold of, it took faith to get you to that point, right? You done crossed that threshold, you done receive that reward. And now that you've successfully managing how to grow some crop, you're ready to add livestock, right? You're ready to start on the part of your livestock for your farm. Well, now you have to go and find breeders and reputable people that will sell you livestock, right? But you don't want just any livestock. You want people that also share the same values as you. So you go and you follow by faith again, not by sight, by faith again. You listen to that overwhelming voice inside of you that says, oh, stop there and talk to that other farmer over there. They look like they got livestock. And then you go and you pull up at this person's house, and now they have livestock just like you. I mean, they have livestock already. So not only does their livestock look well, not only does does their farm, not only is their farm thriving, but it just so happens that the person on that farm is someone that you would want to learn from, right? So now you're interested on the topic of livestock, and you're absorbing whatever this person has to tell you because you're interested on the topic of livestock. You're no longer discussing things based off of attraction and how you feel about each other, but more or less the common goal, the common denominator that y'all both have in common, right? So the person that you are engaging with for reason of livestock, now you're this person's like, if you ever need any help, if you ever need anything, let me know. So now you're establishing a relationship by way of what feels like business, right? It's platonic by way of livestock. So you have to talk to them. So now the divine has orchestrated two people that normally are introverts to have to talk to each other. Because when you're managing a farm or you're managing that type of lifestyle, you don't really have a lot of time, confirmation from spirit, to sit around and just talk about people, places, and things, because you're actively participating in whatever faith walk that you have been called to do. So now you're on purpose. On purpose, God has you doing things on purpose now. So now you got your livestock, you have your growing food, you have your livestock, and now you're about to open up this, and this is where the enterprise part come in. Now you're about to open up your whole farm to let other people come, and before you even try to sell anything, you just want to educate other people on how to make your own livestock, how to make your own vegetables and fruits from your garden. And so now you have strangers from the community coming in and they want to learn from you. So now you're paying it forward, right? You were self-taught, self-made. You met someone that was skilled in another area that you weren't, and you would learn from that person. So your ability to be teachable is also reflecting in your ability to take what you were taught and now teach someone else. So now you're paying it forward, right? So in this same example, you are now teaching other people how to do what you've done to yourself. Because you've mastered how to grow rutabaga. You master how to grow fruits and vegetables. I heard rutabaga. I don't know if I said it right. You've mastered how to do something. So now the children that come to your farm from other people, the families that come to your farm, they all want to gather and learn from you because your farm is looking prosperous, right? You have livestock, everyone looks happy, and you've cultivated this joy based off of an overwhelming desire to do something that was just a thought. That is God's interaction with you. That's a faith walk. That's an on purpose walk. So now you have an enterprise. You have now whatever your farm name is, Fresh Farm. Every Saturday people get to come and look at your vegetables and fruits, and you get to show them how to shoot. Now you're teaching them how to do it themselves, right? You're creating an experience. You're important at this point. So come to find out, now let's get to the part where it's your twin, right? The part everyone loves. The whole time, child, the whole time, the person that was orchestrated for you to reach out to for the livestock ends up being your person, ends up being your twin. Think about that. So now you and your twin have practiced a layer or a level of harmony together. Outside of the romantic gaze of affection outside of the romantic gaze of infatuation, outside of the gaze of all the other chakras, right? And you had a mutual meeting of the minds, a meeting of the heart. You guys shared a mutual love. This is the meeting of the heart. You shared a mutual love for something, a mutual desire for something. And so through that, you guys learned how to work in tandem together, understanding both you guys, because you both understand what it takes to manage livestock and a farm. It doesn't get more equally yoked than that. That is exactly the example that Spirit is giving to me. And this is why you are being encouraged to bring awareness and exposure and attention to how the divine orchestrated this together. So when you have this sit down with the divine, understand that the creator is going to be say, I want you to expand this. I want you to shine light on this. I want you to bring awareness to how I orchestrate, how I move in this reality, in this space-time continuum, how what my signature looks like. When I co-sign something, this is what it's going to look like. When I orchestrate something, this is what it's going to look like. And I'm using you, okay? Those of you that are about to have this sit down, I'm using you guys to be those representatives of how, how the creator get down. Okay? This is what it looks like. Creation. Damn. Come through, Spirit. And through there something is going to be born. I feel like it's going to awaken so many, it's going to give birth to so many that are in the dark and are feeling lost, and they don't know how to really navigate these types of connections in that space. This is why you guys bringing awareness is going to be so influential. All right, let me see what the closing message is. All right, so we have union here. All right, and if for those of y'all that know me, I love reading from the book, so that's what we're gonna do. So we have union. Number 32. Says Alabasesepo, which means union. And as the traditional card of the lovers, we see harmony and love represented as the two bodies dance in front of the stage with a winged band. Both aspects of the lovers dances uninhibited as the ground around them sprouts two cannabis plants, one female and one male. Only the female produces the fruit, but the union is the foundation. This card appears to you when the balance of a union needs to be balanced. This could be a union within yourself or a union with another spirit. You see this represented in the man's face as he smiles towards his partner. He has transferred the love of sharing trust from his parents to his lover. This card reassures you that you have outgrown these previous bonds that may not be rooted in foundation, and that you can move forward with true love in your heart. Alaba Sisepo has come forward to teach oneness in relationship. Not all relationships are romantic, and this card reminds you to look at your friendships and extended family too. If this card comes forward, you may need to ask yourself, who showed me what the structure of relationships can look like? Do I compromise my morals, authenticity, or happiness for others? So I'm sending you guys lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.